You guys know I love FPS games and all kinds of other games, but mainly FPS games. And for a while now, I've been looking for a monitor with 240Hz and 1440p, but still at the size of 25 inch. And I was struggling to find one, at least at a decent price. But about 3 months ago, Titan Army approached me and asked me if I wanted to test their new monitor that might be what I'm looking for. And I know what you might be thinking. I got this monitor for free and now I have to do an advertisement video praising the monitor for how good it is and leaving out all of the rest. But if you're following my channel for a while, you know I barely have any sponsorships or product placements, simply because I only accept the ones where I think that they're really interesting for you. So with that out of the way, what kind of monitor is this that I'm talking about and what do you get for your money? So the company is called Titan Army. You might have heard of it before. It's a gaming monitor brand that was established back in 2014 and is solely focused on high-end gaming displays that range from flat to ultra-wide and curved designs. But what they all have in common is that they come at a competitive price. The monitor I have right here is the P2510S. It's a 25-inch gaming monitor with a 1440p resolution, a refresh rate of 240Hz and a 1 millisecond response time. So perfect for fast-paced video games. It also has an IPS panel that has very intense colors and contrast and also a wide viewing angle. So even if you look more from the top or bottom or from the left and right side, the brightness, contrast or colors don't change significantly. It also supports FreeSync, which is truly interesting for most of you because it helps to reduce screen tearing during gameplay. And the Titan Army also supports HDR10, but this is not as good as it is on a much more expensive display. Right now, the price is somewhere between $250 and $300 or euros, depending on the shop. And if you want to check it out, you can find 2 links in the description below or in the pinned comment. And with the code WOMANP25, you can get an additional 5% discount on Amazon. However, back to the monitor, of course its build quality and the used materials also reflect this more budget positioning. So it's very lightweight and mainly made from plastic. Its stand doesn't have any height adjustment and you can also not rotate the monitor, so you can't use it as a vertical one, but it is compatible with custom stands or wall mounts, so that is definitely an option if you want it in a different position. It also offers multiple connectivity options like 2 HDMI 2.0 ports, 2 DisplayPort 1.4 inputs and an audio jack. Unfortunately, it doesn't have any USB ports and no built-in speakers, but this is something that I'm personally not missing, to be honest. Now, what's my overall verdict of the monitor? So I'm using it for about 3 months now and played all kinds of games, from fast-paced FPS titles to chill farming simulations. And what I actually like the most about it is the size of only 25 inch, especially when playing FPS games, because the monitor I had before was 27 inch and I always found this was a bit overwhelming, simply because there was so much more screen space that my eyes had to cover. And now with the 25 inch, it's all more focused and I don't have to look around much on the screen to see everything that is within the game's field of view. Additionally, I made a step up from 144Hz to 240Hz with this monitor, which had a much bigger effect than I had expected. I already thought that 144 was smooth and easy on the eye, but 240 is definitely another improvement, especially in FPS games. Plus, by default, the monitor has a reduced blue light setting and has a little bit more of a yellow tint compared to the monitors I had before. And this took me a while to get used to, but what I recognized after a few days was that even after long gaming sessions or when working for several hours straight, I didn't have these sore eyes anymore that I normally had, so this definitely feels a lot better. What I have to criticize though is that the monitor's OSD menu was set to Chinese by default. It wasn't hard to set this to English since the language option was the first setting that popped up when opening the OSD, but still when delivering this product to Europe or North America, I think this should be set to English by default. But I already gave this as feedback to the company, so I hope that they improve it in the future. Additionally, the colors and contrast that were set by default were very intense and a bit too much for my liking, so I had to tone that down a bit, but there's really a lot of settings you can make and you can tinker with, actually the most I've ever had on any of my monitors, so you can really fine-tune it to what you want. There are also presets for different scenarios like FPS, movie or reading mode that changes the reaction time, contrast, brightness and color mix with one click, and the monitor also has some features specifically for gaming like a crosshair overlay that you can activate. Overall, I think that the Titan Army P2510S is a solid choice if you're looking for a 1440p 240Hz monitor in 25-inch. It might not have the same build quality or superior HDR performance that a much more expensive product has, but at this price it's definitely a great monitor. So thanks again to Titan Army for sending it to me so I could test and share it with you. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below and I'll try to answer as many as possible. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. I'm the Catwoman and you are awesome.